You're about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the New York Jets. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Ready. 10 over.
Watch the run.
Smooth.
On first down, Mays. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Mays. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Mays. He's got his man. That's Hardman. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on 2nd down. Mays. He'll get this to his running back. It's Justin Jackson. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun. Mays. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Tackles.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Ballage. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
57's right. Let's go, D.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And that's caught by Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
You set. 19.
Check. 45 to Mike. Exit. Slam.
24. 24.
45 to Mike. Crunch down.
Shot. And let's go.
Watson on first down. It's caught inside the 25. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
46. 18. 59.
Strong right. Hey. We got three. Three down.
They'll run here with Balaj. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Kalen Balaj hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Charger drive about to get going and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Mays gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Saquon Barkley. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's complete to Williams. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Mays. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. On 4th down, Mays. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase. If it
got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's taken down all the way inside the LA 10. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Now Watson. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Get the ball. 9.
Back to throw, Watson. Complete. Smith has it. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check nickel.
Drive on.
Out of the gun, Watson. Dancing to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Charger drive about to get going. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Well, this is caught by Williams. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey, pick your game up.
2nd and 5. And he fires one incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley. And it's 3rd down.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They run it with Balaj. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes our score 17-0. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Come on.
From the gun, Mays. Hunter Henry brings it in. Give them 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack. Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
No. Pilot, 64. Ready.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. On 4th down, Mays. And it's complete. Henry. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Mays. He dumps it off to Barkley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
You got that right there. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. Brushing off defenders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now from the 9, here's second and goal.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
They'll run with Barkley. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
We go set 50 plant. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go. Now.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. And they'll run for it with Barkley. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he's into the clear. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Kalen Ballage. 98 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go now.
The Charger drive about to get going. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. Mays taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back.
X3. 218. Chop the side.
On 1st and 10, Mays to Barkley on the check down. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Ready.
It's Barkley on the counter, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. On the run, it's Barkley, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Saquon Barkley, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And that's a critical touchdown. I don't want to be too hyperbolic or whatever, but they needed some points on the board before halftime.
They certainly did, and, you know, it's not going to erase everything that happened in the first half. Look, they got outplayed. There's no question about that. But now it gives them a chance to regroup, feel a little bit better about themselves. And how many games have we done where we've seen everything flip when another half begins? And by the way, did you say hyperbolic?
I did. Well, thank you. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Reset. 19.
Hey, Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Man. 31.
That's track. Kill.
The final shot before the break. Watson. He's going to look deep for Perriman. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and the Jets set to receive this third-quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 45 on second down, Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Reset. 19.
Mike, 45. We got to get the ball, D.
Hey, 59. 59.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. All right, here we go.
From the 50, it's Watson. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
We own them. We own them. Get it.
Back to throw. Mays. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Shifts by him. This is taken at about the 14. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd.
Twitch.
Alert. 24. Hustle. 45.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6. He completes it to Henry. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
53.
Operating from the gun. Mays. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield.
At their own 48-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Tomlinson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, 24.
Watch the eye.
Now Balaj. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Cut.
On 1st down, Tomlinson. And able to work his way down to the 16. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 16-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go again to Tomlinson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
On first down, it's Watson. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Tomlinson, and he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jordan Willis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Looking to throw. Mays completes it to Hardman. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And caught by Henry. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Here we go.
He's 61. Matchbox lights. Ready?
On 4th down, Mays. That's to his running back, complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Chargers on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hurry, get it.
From the gun, Mays. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Hey, Echo.
On fourth down, Mays. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
Let's go.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Mays. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Butker now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The Charger drive about to get going.
53, Mike 53. Watch the
Throwing on first down. Mays. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Back to throw. Mays. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. Allen, the intended receiver. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
At the 45-yard line.
set. 19. Mike 45. Hey, they scared. They scared.
The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take a knee.
Today's final score, Jets.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jets, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Okay, 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Okay, death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they want to keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a mansion. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change.
Coach, some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Arizona Cardinals.
Let's go. Let's do this. Yeah. 7 ending. 5-5. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Good job. Good job.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Regular.
That's the what? Watch the 6.
Hey, on 133. Crunch. My God.
From the gun, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call. They'll drop the throw. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And out of bounds, where will they spot him? At the 35-yard line, so great field position coming up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing, Mayfield looking for the end zone. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up